Welcome to the channel Excellence, where we strive for excellence. We strive to be one better than what we were yesterday. Why? Because we provide a service. We provide a service to the people for the uplifting of fallen humanity. This service is provided for by universal consciousness. The all of all, the author, governor, creator, almighty, internal, and incomprehensible. Allah be his sweet and holy name. That's who I work for. That's who pays me. That's where I get my pay from. You don't have to donate money to me because it won't go to me no way. It only go to the uplifting of fallen humanity. Because we know it takes finances to uplift the nation. See, I'm here to render a service of love, a service of peace, a service to reach theistic life, a service to reach eternal happiness and eternal life. This is a service that I provide. The only thing that we ask for on social media is for people to participate socially on the media. Like, share, and subscribe. Social media is to get the message out. And it's up to all of us to spread the love to one another. Now, a lot of people on social media are getting upset with a lot of people for sending them messages, for sharing information with them. This is what social media is for. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever. It's for liking, sharing, and subscribing information. You have people in different time zones working all over the world to like, share, and subscribe and get information out, which everybody on the internet is using. Y'all watching all of this. If you do not want to hear your notification when people are sending you messages, turn your notification off. When you know you have people out there that are persistent in doing the work that they are called to do, by you telling them, don't send me this shit, or I'm gonna block you, is not a distraction. Because the first person that says that to me, if you keep sending me these messages, I'm gonna block you, you instantly, right then and there, get blocked and deleted by me. Because you ain't that goddamn important to me. You ain't that important to me. My mission is more important. So, if you don't like me sending you the information about my mission, by all means, unfriend, unfollow, block, and delete, because it wasn't meant for you in the first place. I'm on here to uplift those who have an ear to hear, an eye to see, a heart to sympathize, and looking for the power to save themselves. If you cannot see that in the messages that I deliver, you don't need to be listening no way. Go watch the cartoon character somewhere. Go watch something else. But on this channel here, Excellence, we get a thrill by keeping shit real. See, I keep it real. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, to wear a polished coat, to make you think I'm better than you, because I'm not. There's no big I's and little U's. We all were created equal. Every last man, woman, child. I don't care how much money you got, how rich you is, what color you is, what geographical area you were born in. I don't care who you are. You were born equal to me and everyone else in this world were born equal. There are no big I's and little U's. So until you can see everything as your equal, you will never have 20/20 vision. I come to you in love, I leave you in peace. Now see what you can see out of that. Let that resonate in your mind. And have a blessed day. Like, share, and subscribe. Smash that like button. I come to you in love, I leave you in peace. I'm out.
And welcome to The Factor Uncensored. Thank you for joining us tonight. We would begin with a disturbing story out of Mexico. Shanquella Robinson went on vacation with a group of friends for a birthday celebration in October. Shanquella never made it back to the United States. She was dead within 24 hours of getting off the airplane. Now, Shanquella's mother says her daughter's friends initially told her the 25-year-old died from alcohol poisoning, but the autopsy is telling a totally different story, that she may have been beaten to death. New video shows those so-called friends attacking Shanquella Robinson on vacation.
Quilla, can you at least fight back?
No. What?
At least something. At least fight back, something.
That's horrible. The case has many people wondering exactly what happened. Justice for Shanquella has been trending on Twitter, and the FBI is now involved. We're following the investigation as well. Joining us here on The Factor Uncensored, Todd Smith and attorney Dennis Sperling. Dennis, you travel abroad all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you keep up with all the international laws and how it could affect you. When many people think because this murder happened in Mexico, it would be in their jurisdiction, it would be for them to investigate. But that's not always the way it works in America.
That's absolutely correct. You're an American citizen and you do something abroad, the United States still could have jurisdiction over you if that jurisdiction does not decide to prosecute you.
And it looks like Mexico has no interest in following up on this, right?
Mexico sees an American citizen and another American citizen or American citizens having a dispute. It ended in someone's death. And now everybody's back in North Carolina, allegedly. This is where these folks are from. But bottom line is, it's in the hands of the federal government at this point if they decide to prosecute.
Now, looking at this case, just how horrible is it? You go out of this country with your so-called friends.
Yeah.
They lie to your mother, saying that you're drunk and that you're sick, and they, or at least some of them, kill her.
Well, you know, I've done some investigation into this, and it looks like all of the individuals attended to HBCU, Winston-Salem University, so they've been knowing each other for some time. And what I see is female on female brutality going on. And if you check the statistics, it appears as though women and their propensity to do violence and be arrested and go to prison is going up, while on the other hand, men, their propensity to do violence is going down. Just in the case of Black American men, there was a time we had more men in college or more men in prison than in college, and now the opposite is true. But unfortunately, our lovely ladies are kicking up some dust.
Horrible situation. Todd, your thoughts on seeing this, where these individuals went out of town as friends, and now one is dead, and they lied about it. Now many of them are getting on social media trying to tell their story, their side, but it's just unforgivable.
But I think you said it right earlier.
You said so-called friends. People have to be careful about who we call friends. There's a meme that's going around that says you could be friends with somebody for years and it takes you years to realize they were never your friend. A lot of times I get a gut feeling when I think something is wrong. I don't know their situation totally, but a lot of times when I'm put in bad situations, I'll feel it and I'll remove myself from that situation. I just won't show up. But the thing is, to kill her, allegedly, whatever happened, 24 hours after y'all forgotten there, that had to be some animosity beforehand. I tell people a lot of times, people in the hood, we always say, I want my day one friends with me. I want the friends that were with me when I didn't have anything to be there with me when I blow up. This young lady, 25 years old, all of them went to Winston-Salem. She had a successful business, beautiful. That might lead to some jealousy. And jealousy will rear its ugly head. So a lot of times when you're down and out, people will have your back because that makes them feel good about themselves. But the minute you do well, that's when the animosity comes. So young people need to realize that sometimes you need to pay attention to the people who might be giving you smart comments when you find success. Those people are not your friends. Just because you've known them a long time doesn't mean they're your friends. So you have to be really cognizant of the people you keep around you. I just keep family around me for the most part, but keep the right people around you so you probably won't be in this situation.
And Dennis, do we know, and I heard some rumors that she may have paid for some of them to go there.
Yeah, and that is a tragedy. But my advice to that mother, if you're listening, if you're following this program, and I hope you are, I want to make sure you stay on the FBI. You make reports with the local police. You follow up with the FBI agent assigned to this, and you make sure this gets in front of the Attorney General in North Carolina, because that is where you're going to get justice. The other thing is, there's always an opportunity to file a civil suit against these individuals for wrongful death. It's a different process, but it's the same courthouse, but it's a lesser burden of proof, and you can get to the truth of what happened in this matter.
Unless they have substantial resources, so is it worth it?
Well, sometimes justice requires that you do what's necessary. And I think that if it was my son or my daughter, if I had a daughter, you know I got sons, but if it was my sons, there would be nothing that would stop me from finding out the truth and making sure the people who caused my child's death, if it was truly murder or killing, I would want to bring them to justice, one way or the other.
Now, you've been doing some deep diving into this. What else have you found out that maybe the public doesn't know just as of yet, Dennis?
Well, as I said earlier, all of them, the alleged assailants attended Winston-Salem. So that means they've been knowing each other for at least half a decade. They know each other. They're familiar with each other. And when you listen to the voices in the background, I hear multiple people witnessing this incident. Now, all of those individuals had a duty to come to the aid of that victim. They can't just say, "Oh, I didn't do anything." Everybody is subject to that murder, alleged murder. The other thing I want you to understand is that, and I'm going to say this, and this may sound controversial, but if this was a little white girl, I'm sure it would be all over the news right now. But because it was a young black woman, I feel, and this is because I've seen it play out, and you can't even name the number of black women that are missing. There are so many black women that are missing in the United States. There's been no public uprising because she doesn't have the complexion for protection, as we used to say.
All right. Dennis, Todd, thank you for joining us here on The Factor on Sense.
Think and grow rich. Deep divers, all you got to do is think and grow rich. That's it. If only it was that easy, deep divers. Well, what if I told you it could be? A new day, deep divers. I woke up like this, all magical and everything. Raising the frequency. What are we doing? Raising the vibration. Take that, take that, take that. Good ass energy I'm sending you, deep divers. Let's breathe. Oh, that was beautiful. Let's go. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Think and grow rich. Peace. Infinite Waters diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers, we are here in the wonderful Nature Art Gallery. I'm FaceTiming you right now. If you are watching this video, this is your confirmation. Abundance is coming your way. All you have to do is believe enough in yourself. That's it. That's it. Now, deep divers, someone asked me a great question. They're like, Ralph, can you make a video on Think and Grow Rich? And I'm like, absolutely. 9 Think and Grow Rich ideas that will change your life. Become your greatest version, deep divers. Hit that like button. If you support the real, hit that like button, deep divers. Hit that like button and share this video with a friend, a family member, or even a cat down the road, because everybody needs to hear this. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? I was inspired by Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich growing up. Something that Napoleon Hill said that really stayed with me was, whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Slow motion this side. And I've always known that. I always knew I came here to be rich. What is rich? Realizing I create happiness. And suddenly dawned on me that I wasn't rich, I was wealthy. Someone said, I want to buy Infinite Waters. I said, what? They're like, Ralph, yes, I want to buy Infinite Waters off you. I want to own all the rights to Infinite Waters. Here's a check for $10 million. I said, wait a minute. I didn't even know how rich I was. Slow motion this side. Let me tell you this, deep divers. We all came here to live in supreme abundance. But you see, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. If it was easy, everybody would be having it. We're living in a world where a lot of people wake up, they go to work to make ends meet, but they're living paycheck after paycheck. And when I started to dive deep, I realized that actually there's another way. And I'm about to share this incredible knowledge with you, deep divers, the 9 Think and Grow Rich ideas that will change your life. Once again, make sure you hit that like button. Let's get this video into the algorithm so other people can see it. The first Think and Grow Rich idea that will change your life. What changed my life, deep divers? Be of service. That word should be inscribed in your mind forever. Service. 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 Who are you serving today? And I'll tell you your net worth. What? Slow motion this side. Who are you serving today? Who are you helping today? You see, Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart, is providing a service to millions of people to help them become their greatest version. This is the reason why I'm not only rich, I'm wealthy for life, because I'm providing a service. And this is an idea for you. Think about how you can serve someone today, enrich their life, make them feel better about themselves, help them solve their problems. A service, it could be Any business that you have in mind, a food catering business, service, fixing people's cars, counseling people, a service, providing people with clothes to wear, good ass prana shirts, a service. This is how you think and grow rich. You must be of service to humanity. Because if you're only serving yourself, you will never be rich. So ask yourself today, deep divers, who am I serving? And if you're not serving anyone, start doing it right now. Provide a service for someone. If you know how to play the flute, provide a service of teaching other people how to play it. In fact, design a whole course, giving you this idea, deep divers, to think and grow rich. The second, think and grow rich idea that will change your life. Provide a value. Make sure you are adding value with that service. It's valuable. You see, the content I create is valuable because people come to me and they say, Ralph, I watched your video from like 4 years ago on how to heal your emotional body and it saved my life. Value always withstands the test of time. So always remind yourself, when you add value to someone's life, I could talk about myself 24/7 in these videos, talk about celebrities 24/7, but I'm giving you valuable secrets to level up and become your greatest version. So that's why people always come back to it. They always come back to Infinite Waters because there's value here. In Infinite Waters, you will find videos on how to upgrade every single area of your life. Value. So ask yourself today, deep divers, how am I providing value to someone else? Not just me, but someone else. If you're always taking selfies on the gram, that's fantastic. But how is it helping me? That's the question. I want to go on your Instagram and add me on Instagram, deep divers, at Ralph Smart. I want to go on your Instagram and I want to see some value. I want to see a link to a video that I can learn from. Because this is how you become rich, through the value. The third, think and grow rich idea that will change your life. Byproduct. Money is a byproduct. It's not the goal. I don't wake up to say, how can I make more money? I don't wake up with the thought of how can I make $5 million, deep divers. I wake up with the thought, how can I serve 5 million people? What? Slow motion this side. Once again, it goes back to service. A lot of people say, I want to be rich, but they're thinking just about the end goal, the money. But you see, money for me is not important. It's insignificant. What matters most is me loving what I'm doing and me providing a service and value to other people. Now money becomes a byproduct. I've got people who are like, Ralph, come and stay in my house. I'm going to show you and introduce you to my family because you've added so much value to my life. Money is a byproduct because I love what I'm doing. And this is how you become rich. The fourth, think and grow rich idea that will change your life. Deep divers. It is this. How you feel will determine what you attract into your life. Your feelings are magnets for your blessings, deep divers. There's something called an emotional bank balance. If you feel like crap, you're not going to manifest any more than your internal state. But if you feel good about yourself, you're starting to love yourself, accept yourself, do a little samba, baby. Ooh! 7-day vegan challenge. You're eating to live. You're taking care of your health. Fresh fruits and vegetables, spirulina, chlorella, got your green juice going. You're going to be a magnet for greater blessings because health is wealth. And this is how to think and grow rich, to say, actually, let me invest in whole foods. Feelings, how you feel, will determine what you attract. I wrote down this, deep divers: your inner peace is the highest form of wealth. That's how to think and grow rich. You have to take care of your dome, your mental health. If that is gone, you're not going to manifest anything. But if you protect your mental health, if you invest in your mental health, make it better, you now are placing yourself in the position to manifest anything you desire. The fifth, think and grow rich idea that will change your life. Deep divers, become your greatest version. Sharing. You always say, Ralph, gosh, I can't believe you're just creating. After all these years, you're still making videos day in, day out, and you only look 16. Oh, deep divers, you're so kind. The more you share, the more you will grow rich. The more you give, the more that will be returned to you. You see, deep divers, a lot of people want something without giving anything. It doesn't work like that. There's no free lunch pass in the universe. Even squirrels have to find their nuts. Deep divers, as you are sharing, you are spreading your wings, your tentacles. You are spreading the web. You are now reaching people, touching people, becoming a part of other people's lives is how you think and grow rich. Let me repeat that. Becoming a part of other people's lives in an impactful, beneficial way is how to think and grow rich. Obviously, it has to be in an authentic way. People have to see you from when you're first starting to where you are right now, so you can build up trust. And this is how to think and grow rich. Through sharing, producing, being a part of someone else's life for the better. Being someone else's upgrade. Deep divers, this is how to think and grow rich. The sixth. Think and grow rich idea, deep divers, that will change your life. Self-discipline. Self-discipline. Can you wake up at 6 o'clock every single day to work on that dream? If you can, that's how to think and grow rich. When I was writing Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon, #1 best-selling book, I had to wake up early. I had to be focused. I had to be self-disciplined. A lot of people want to go to heaven, but no one's willing to die. Slow motion this side. And that's a metaphor. If you want that heavenly life, the good life, traveling all around the world, exploring new places and seeing new faces, exploring new faces, seeing new places, you got to be willing to die first. Blood, sweat, and tears, 10,000 hours. You're going to have to put in the work. This is how to think and grow rich. Self-discipline. Can you avoid the distraction? Friends saying, hey, let's go to the club. You got to be like, hey, I got to work on my dream. Because when you have that self-discipline, you are now thinking and growing rich. The seventh, think and grow rich idea that will change your life. Deep divers, invest in your dream. Invest in your dream. This microphone right here costs $2,000. Pardon? This microphone here costs $2,000. Telefunken. German-made, fantastic microphone, valve microphone. It's not cheap to inspire millions. This camera I'm using right here costs thousands. The lens alone costs over $1,000. But I had to invest in a dream to say, actually, I need the right tools to help me spread this message. But guess what? I received it all back times 1,000. Because if you don't invest in your dream is going to take finances. It's going to take currency to get it off the ground. You're going to have to take a gamble, a calculated risk to say, actually, I'm going to put this money up for my dream. If you're a singer, invest in singing lessons. If you are a doctor, you have to pay for medical school. You got to invest in your dream. You have to make sure if you want to start a business, you're going to have to invest in it. And you may not see your ROI immediately, return on investment. It might take some time, but it will come when you place that investment. And this is how to think and grow rich. You have to give something to get something even better back. The eighth, deep divers, think and grow rich idea that will change your life. Show me your friends and I will show you what you will manifest in life. Your net worth is determined by your network. Slow motion this side. I said your net worth is determined by your network. We become like the 5 closest people we surround ourselves with every single day. Energy is contagious. That's why I told you. There are people in your life right now who are holding you back from being wealthy because they place their fears on you. They project their limitations on you, and you got to let them go. You have to let them go. This is how to think and grow rich. You need the right team around you. The reason why I'm manifesting big is because I have the right team around me. I have the right energy around me. Behind every successful man, there's a successful woman behind him, or a cat down the road behind him, or a successful team behind him. We're talking about having people you can trust around you, people who are loyal around you, people who believe in your dream, people who believe in you even when you doubt yourself. This is how to think and grow rich. We don't want people who are jealous, envious of us, distracting us, because that's how you become poor. To become rich, you must select your peers wisely. All of you must be on the same page to level up. Deep divers, the 9th. Think and grow rich idea that will change your life. Ownership. Ownership. So in the music industry, they call ownership owning your masters. A lot of artists don't own their masters. Someone else does. And that person is making all the money off the artist. You see, now artists are getting smarter to say, actually, I have to own the masters. So if a film wants to license the music, I get paid instead of the record company. 100%, right? So same thing. I had to learn that to say, actually, when I was starting Infinite Waters, people were saying, hey, Ralph, let's sign a deal together. But I was smart enough to say, actually, no, I'll hold out. Because what they wanted me to do was hand over the rights of Infinite Waters to them. So they had joint ownership. And I was smart enough to say, wait a minute, no. I'm going to do everything in-house. I'm going to own all the content on Infinite Waters. And that's why when I'm recording videos, these films, I own all the content because I'm producing it in-house. If I was to ask someone else to film my videos, they would own the rights to my content. If I was to sign to a network, they would own some of the rights to my videos. So to think and grow rich, you must learn about ownership, owning your masters. This is how to think and grow rich. And when you do this, you will never be a slave. You will always be wealthy, healthy, and in love. And then just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Beautiful deep divers. Let's breathe. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Hit that like button, deep divers. Hit that like button. Share this very important video with a friend, a family member, or even a cat down the road. Go and check out the new book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart, on Amazon, and at ralphsmart.com/the-book, the Bible of becoming your greatest version. Also, go and get the Good Ass Prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you are a sexy ass model, woo, with a whole lot of heart, you want to model the clothing? Well, go and buy some. Deep divers, you came here to live in abundance. Don't allow anyone to stop you. I love all of you. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You! Once again, hit that like button, deep divers. Share this video. Leave a comment down below of gratitude and appreciation. You want me to go live? Just say, go live, Ralph. Pardon? Go live, Ralph. Pardon? Go live, Ralph. What? Go live, Ralph. Okay. Peace. Let me know. One love, deep divers, how this video resonated with you.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shantia, and I'm back with another banger, another word. Okay, so listen, y'all, I got a word for y'all today, and the title of this video is Get Used to Things Not Going Your Way. Get used to things not going your way. Okay, and so listen, I'm gonna give y'all a backstory. If you seen my post yesterday, then y'all seen that I was sick this entire weekend. Yesterday, y'all, it was heightened, okay, and it was really just my voice. Like, my voice was going in and out. I wasn't able to talk as much. My throat was just hurting. And I said, oh, I know exactly what this is, right? A complete attack from the enemy. And so yesterday, y'all, I sat in my car and I was getting ready to make a video for y'all. And it just was not working in my favor. Like, my voice kept going, it was not working. And I cried. Y'all, I cried. This is how much passion I have, y'all, when I make my videos. So I'm crying, I'm sitting there crying, I'm talking to God, and all God said was, it's all working in your favor, it's all working in your favor. And so I had another video in mind, right? But as I was sitting there, God instantly changed it, and I was like, get used to things not going your way, because every single time that I'm getting ready to reveal the greatness that is inside of me, okay, if y'all don't know, my ebook launches on, my ebook / workbook launches on Cyber Monday. Okay, it'll only be $20, y'all. Okay, but anyways, and so anytime that I'm getting ready to reveal greatness inside of me, something happens. It doesn't go my way, an attack comes, like everything just goes wrong, okay? And so in that moment, God was bringing back all of the times where things did not go my way, and every single time it came out better than expected. Every single time it came out better than expected. Child, listen, okay? And so God just wanted me to get on here to give y'all a word, and to know that if things are not going your way, it's okay. That's because God has a better plan. It's okay. That's because God is trying to take you a different route. It's okay. God knows your steps. And so listen, child, God had brought me back to this scripture. And a couple days ago, I was reading Proverbs, just a lot of chapters in Proverbs. But Proverbs 16:9 stood out to me. And it says, in their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps, okay? And so listen, to plan your course, y'all, we all just want to plan our lives out. We all think that we have, you know, this vision of what our life is supposed to look like, or what certain things in our life are supposed to look like. Maybe that's relationships. Maybe that's your business, okay? Maybe there was an opportunity that you did and it didn't come through. Whatever it is, we all have this plan, okay? And this wide plan. But when the scripture says that, but the Lord establishes their steps. To establish our steps, we take steps every single day, okay? Soon as you get out the bed, you taking steps every single day. And for the Lord to establish your steps, do you know how intimate that is? That means that God is in the details. That means that God is in every single thing that you do, say, talk, think, touch. Like literally everything that you do on a daily basis, God is in that. Okay. And so when God was just talking to me on the importance of getting used to things not going your way, he was like, a lot of times people miss their blessings, okay, or their miracles, because we get frustrated and things not going the way that we thought that they should go, right? And maybe there is a time, like, have y'all ever had a time where God tells you that something is for you, or you're supposed to be in this room, or you're supposed to be here, and then we get there, right? And then all hell breaks loose, right? Or things start looking completely backwards, and you're like, God, but I thought that you told me to come here, right? I thought that you da-da-da-da-da. And so in that moment, Lord Jesus, anyways, in that moment, God was just saying, I'm working on your trust. I'm working on your trust. I'm building something up in you. He was like, I'm building your perseverance. I'm looking to see if you can still push through past, okay, the most uncomfortable moments in your life. Let me tell you something, child. When greatness is, y'all, I'm really pushing through trying to do this video, because right now I'm not even like feeling like myself, but I gotta get this word out. But anyways, when there is greatness that is inside of you, and God is causing you to release the greatness inside of you, there's always, your journey is always going to be more challenging than the other person, because greatness and purpose, okay, demands something more of you. Greatness and purpose demands more attention, demands more intention, okay? And so you have to be intentional in this season, and you have to know that everything outside of you, okay, not the people, but the spirits that are in people, the spirits that are going around in this world, everything that's outside of you is trying to stop you and get you from, yeah, that's right, yes, stop you and get you from releasing, okay, the greatness that is inside of you, because the enemy knows that once you know who you are through God, once you know your true identity, once you realize your greatness, once you know your purpose, once you know the things that God is telling you you are supposed to do and release on this earth, when you release something, okay, that means that people are set free. When you release something, that means that chains are broken. When you release something, that means that the people that are connected to your destiny also get released from the things that they were bound to. And so you have to understand that when things don't go your way, it's okay. It's okay. But you got to keep pushing. You can't stop right there. You can't have a pity party. You can't even accept the things that is trying to hold you back, child. This entire weekend, God kept telling me to rest, y'all. And God knows it's really hard for me to rest, especially with me like running a business and doing other things. I'm always just trying to like, gotta do this, gotta do that, da-da-da-da. And God was like, I need you to just rest. And so he sat me down, and I'm like, okay. I had 3 days of rest, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then Monday came, and me being sick just heightened, and I'm like, oh no, Lord, like we can't do this. But then I stopped in that moment, and I said, actually, I don't even accept it. I said, by this time tomorrow, okay, my voice is going to be completely healed in the name of Jesus. And regardless of whatever is still coming out or going through my body or whatever, my mind is set on my healing. By his stripes, I am healed. So even though the process is still in motion, okay, my intention and my mind is already on the finished product, okay, which is the full fact that my body is healed from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. But listen, child, all of that was a distraction to stop me from creating the things that I am supposed to be doing this week. Listen, child. It's so crazy that I'm even talking about this. Everybody calling me. It's so crazy that I'm even talking about this because I was talking to one of my friends, and I had just told her this the other day because she was so used to things going a certain way for her event, right? And I was telling her how, and you know, just all of the above. And I was telling her how you got to get used to things not going your way, because when you were in the world, okay, things went your way because that was your will. But now when you get aligned with God, you no longer have control over your life. You don't get to pick and choose. Like, you now have given God full control over your life. You have surrendered unto God's will. And so now you have to be patient, and you have to get rid of your pride, get rid of your ego, so that God can move in your life in the way that he wants to move in your life. Because he knows every detail. He knows the things that are coming. He knows the conversations that are behind the scenes. He knows all of that. He knows everybody's heart. And so there is a reason why things do not go our way. And it's not just because of God protecting us or God maybe taking us a different route, but it's also God testing our faith to see, are they still going to push through even if I don't allow that grant to come through? Are they still going to trust me? My God, come on, Holy Spirit. Are they still going to trust me even though that person left them right before they were about to do X, Y, and Z? God is going to test your faith to see if your faith is in man or to see if your faith is in God, even when it don't make sense. Even when every string gets pulled, every resource gets pulled away right before you're about to create something, right before your event is about to be launched, whatever it is, God is saying, I'm going to test their faith. He's going to test you. And that's why things don't go our way. But let me tell you something, child. It's so beautiful when you don't get frustrated when things don't go your way and you just surrender. That's it. Just surrender. Take your hands off the wheel. Get out the driver's seat. Get in the back seat. And let God lead. Let him lead, because I promise you, every single time, any event, anything that I've created, anything that I have going on in my life has always turned out better than I expected. Like I wasn't even able to imagine how God allows certain things to turn around in my favor. My mind wasn't able to see how God actually took what I thought was ruined. My God, took what I thought could no longer work and actually transformed it into this beautiful masterpiece. Listen, child. I'm hot. Listen, child. I say all this to say because I know that this is for somebody, okay, where things have not been going your way. But just relax and surrender, because God has a better plan. And that's all you need to know, okay? And keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Okay? Anyways, y'all, I pray that you all can receive this word. I'm not even going to allow those thoughts to come in my head. See, God, this is what happens. Y'all get to see the real. This is what happens when certain things happen, and then you produce content like this, and then the enemy come in your head to make you feel like what you just produced ain't good enough, right? Because I'm not feeling like my full self, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like my energy not all there. But listen, child, you got to come against those negative thoughts, and you got to know, my God, every day is a living testimony. You got to know that every day is a living testimony, okay? And the fact that I'm on this video today, the enemy didn't want me to get on here. He wanted me to keep laying in my bed. The enemy didn't want you to get up today, but you got up today. Listen, child, every single day is a living testimony. And when you just push that one extra mile, when you just get up to go to the gym, when you just start to eat healthy, when you just forgive, when you just begin to journal, when you open your Bible, when you open that one step that pushes you closer towards greatness, you've already won the battle. You've already won the battle for the day, because the enemy didn't want you to take that next step towards becoming the fullest version of who God created you to be, okay? And so listen, anyways, I pray that you all can receive this blessed and prosperous word. I love you all, and I will see you all next time. Bye.
What God is doing for you is he's your life is about to have like a pinball effect. Follow me what I'm saying on this. Your life is about to have a pinball effect. And what I mean by that is, hold on, let me fix. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Your life is about to have a pinball effect. And what I mean by that is, there were a lot of people, a lot of jealous people who knew what God was doing for you, right? They saw where you were, and they saw where you were going. They saw where you used to be. They saw who you were. They saw what you were. And I feel like all along these people knew that you had gifts. All along these people knew that you were destined for greatness. And see, I always tell you about lining people's actions up and being around people who match your energy and who is on your level spiritually. And there's a reason why I say it. It's not saying that you are, holding yourself. God holds you to a higher standard, but it's not saying that you look down at these people. It's the reason why you have to do it. Because see, if you're hanging around people who don't match your energy and who's not on the same spiritual level as you, one or two things are going to happen. It's going to have a negative effect on you, or it's going to take you off the path that God has you on. And so one thing about me, I always tell you guys about this channel. This is a safe haven for people who've gone through some of the same things that I've gone through. I'm not preaching to you. I'm trying to inspire you. I'm trying to motivate you. And I'm being transparent. I'm being open with you about the things that I've gone through. And see, the thing is, in order for me to tell you what it is that God doing for you, I have to let you in on what he's done for me. I have to let you in and let you know that I'm not perfect. Just the other day, a couple days ago, I went through something. I had somebody disrespect me really bad. Just was going through some things. And I had a friend of mine, real close friend of mine, that, came through for me, flew out to get me and brought me back. It was like, you got to get back to Houston. Like, you can't stay out there. You got to get back to Houston. And I had the means to come back. The person was just trying to be a friend and just be there for me to make sure I kept my head clear. And so when y'all look at me and you say, you think that you know me, but you really don't, and that's why I try to open up and be there for you. The same way that God is there for me, I'm trying to be that same way for you. And it's like he's showing you and letting you know that your life is about to have a pinball effect. There were people who were trying to keep the blessings and the miracles that he had for you, that he was trying to bring into your life, on back order. And what I mean by back order, there were people who knew what he was trying to do, and they would take these blessings and take these miracles and put them back, like had them on pause, like trying to make sure that you was delayed, that you was never going to get them. There were a lot of you who was supposed to, where you are currently, you were supposed to already be there in your life. You know what I'm saying? But there were people who were going up against you, people that you didn't know was going up against you. And God is saying that your life is about to have a pinball effect, because it's almost as if the same way that these people were trying to hold you back, hold you back, hold you back, hold you back, hold you back. When God came through and released you from these people, what they didn't realize is they was helping the cause. I tell you all the time, let people do what they feel like they big and bad enough to do, because there was a lot of people who didn't even realize how God is about to shut your enemies up. Isn't letting them know that what they did didn't have a negative impact on you. It actually had a positive impact on you. I tell you, thank your haters, thank your naysayers, thank those people who went up against you, thank those people who betrayed you, because all they did was made you greater. And all that happened was, for as long as they was holding you back, when God released you from these people and catapulted you to the next level of your life, you went so far. You went places that they never thought that you would go. You did things that they never thought that you could do or that you would do. And what's happening is these very same blessings and miracles that they thought they had on back order, that they thought that everything that people thought they deprived you of, everything that they thought they had delayed for you, God is taking it, and he says, since you want to do that, it's like since you want to do this, you understand what I'm saying? Not only am I about to bring and they're still going to step into these blessings and miracles, I'm about to give them more than what I was originally going to give them. Because God is saying those successes is going to be greater than those struggles that you went through, my God. Those successes that he's bringing your way, the blessings and the miracles that he is bringing your way is going to be greater than those struggles. And these very same people are going to have to sit and still yet watch you step up in this success, step up in this abundance, step into everything that God has for you. I don't know who I'm speaking to. I don't know for how long you've been delayed, but let me tell you something. You was delayed, sweetheart. You was delayed. You was never denied. You was delayed. You was never denied. And see, one of the things that's happening is you took the time in those struggles to figure out and get an understanding of yourself, to know your worth. It's almost as if, you know, if you get blessed to start on a TV show, originally they don't pay you what it is that you're worth, right? Because they don't know what you're capable of, what you're made of. And it's like once you show people that you got those acting chops, now when that season gets renewed, they bring you back and they're paying you double the amount that they was originally going to give you. There are people who are going to have to sit back and watch God do great things in your life. And in part, God is doing it on a whole nother level for you because of how nasty people were to you. That is a nasty and cruel thing to do, to know that someone is blessed, to know that someone is blessed to have a blessed life. And you try to go ahead and mess with that spiritual timeline of when it was that they were supposed to get blessed because you hateful and jealous and envious that they're about to step into it and that you're not. There are people who saw where their life was going to go and they saw where your life was going to go. And there are people who wanted to get rid of the competition. How do they get rid of the competition? They mess with you spiritually. They mess with you mentally. They mess with you physically. They mess with you financially. There are people who did these things because they did not love themselves. Likewise, they wanted to make you feel like they didn't want you to love yourself. They didn't want you to think highly of yourself, but God always held you to a higher standard. This is why the punishment that these people are going to receive is not going to be on your time when you want to see it. But trust and believe that when they go through these struggles, like God was working miracles in your life and still was holding you and protecting you, they're not going to have that protection. Because what they did could have took you out. What they did to you could have got you down so bad to the point of no return. You was never going to be able to crack back and bounce back mentally. You understand what I'm saying? Because of how people kept messing with you. It's like, I'm about to tell you something real. You only get rejected. You only get overlooked and neglected and betrayed and ostracized and criticized and alienated and outcasted by people who are not meant to be in your life. You hurt yourself by trying to plant yourself around these people and around people who do not care for you, around people who do not consider you on their level. And let me tell you something. You have to understand that when people are marked different, you're marked, they're marked. You can't get rid of this spiritual marking that God has given you, because this means he has a greater purpose for your life. So you're always going to step. It's like no matter how you try to go and run from it, no matter how many times you try to say, God, I can't do it. I'm not you. I can't deal with this isolation. I can't deal with this. Like, I'm only human. God knows that you're only human, but he knows that you're strong enough to get through it. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's like these people are different. This is why they don't think, because see, let me tell you something. Somebody was marked the same as them, they would perceive this person to be on their level because you have a different marking, you have a different anointing, you have a different favor over your life. You have to understand why you went through these things. You have to understand why these people hated you so bad. And in understanding is in knowing that you're destined for greatness. And this is why God's saying those successes I bring your way is going to be greater than those struggles. I can't make up for what it is that these people took you through. But what I can do is shut them up. What I can do is move you up. What I can do is bless you up. But I can't make up for what happened. You got to heal from that. You got to take the time to really heal from that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to bring these blessings and these miracles your way times 10. I'm going to level set with you and I'm going to tell you something. You know what I'm saying? Like the punishment that these people are about to get, man, they about to get it for messing with you. They really gonna get it for messing with you, and they're gonna understand in that moment that when you're no longer there, this is what I say about when God is bringing this spiritual, like this, when God is taking you through a spiritual transformation and phase of your life, you're going to be moving different, talking different. There are going to be people who are not going to be able to understand and accept who you currently are because of where you've been and who you used to be. These are people, again, that don't need to be in your life. You can't get hurt by it and downtrodden to the point where you don't want to be on this journey no more. And I know sometimes, and I'm going to get to it, I know sometimes, you know, life can be so hard, it can make you feel like you can't go through it. But see, let me tell you something. If Jesus went through it, you can get through it. If Jesus went through it, you can get through it.